Colley from AP. How much were you guys able to get out and transition the way you wanted to based on how you were able to play defense and get stops? And also just seeing Steph get in a groove in the second half, what did that mean to you guys?
I mean, the transition definitely, was a, direct effect from our defense. We got stops, getting the ball off the rim and able to push the ball is much different than, trying to take the ball out every play. You look at game 2, we was taking the ball out a lot and we got nothing in transition. So, we understand that, when we're getting stops, that's when we're at our best. You're coming down, you're playing against a set defense every time, it's tough. So, a way to combat that is get stops on the defensive end, and we did that tonight. And, Steph definitely got it going. I think it was very important for him to get to the basket. Once he started getting to the basket, then all of a sudden the threes opened up and they started to fall. But he got to the basket first. And, they've been kind of pressuring him, trying to force him to drive the entire series. He took those lanes tonight and they opened the floor for him.
Draymond, Connor Letourneau, San Francisco Chronicle. After a tough game 2, what did it mean to you to not only come out and win the game, but do so in a dominant fashion? How encouraging was that?
At the end of the day, it's one win. It doesn't matter if you win by 40 or if you win by 1. But to respond that way, it means a lot. It's kind of what we've grown to expect. When we, get beat up pretty good, we kind of had that appropriate fears we always speak of, and we play a little better. So that was important tonight. I think we felt a little threatened, and we came out and showed that. Now, it's important going into Game 4 that we approach with that same mentality. It's not the mentality that we're up 2-1. We got to go in almost feeling like we're down 2-1. We're able to get one in Houston. So now, the way to protect that is come out Game 4, guns blazing, trying to take care of business.
Monty Poole, NBC Sports Bay Area, to your right over here. From the middle of the first quarter on, it looked like you guys just turned it up tighter and tighter on defense. I don't know what you guys did the last 3 days, but it looked like there was a lot of study, a lot of preparation going into this. Based on what we saw, how much of this was effort? How much of it was scouting, tendencies, all of those things? I mean, how did you guys manage to lock them down like you did?
Oh, well, we got a great coaching staff that always puts us in a position to be successful, the best position they can. And then, it boils down to just manning up and guarding your man. You get on the ISO with James Harden, you got to man up and guard him. Chris Paul, you got to man up and guard him. And then also try and take everybody else away. Game 2, I think Ariza had 19, P.J. Tucker had 22, Eric Gordon had 27. You're not going to win like that. So just understanding that, they're a very good team, a great offense. They're going to score, but you got to make those buckets tough. There was no resistance in Game 2. We showed some resistance tonight, and, that led to, the offense that we were able to produce out there on the floor.
Draymond, Dan Wecke with the Los Angeles Times. You've seen it throughout your career, Steph, in this building. What is it about the relationship he has with fans where it seems like they want him to score so badly, and what's it like to be on the court when that kind of explosion happens?
I've seen those explosions happen here everywhere. It's not just here. Nonetheless, definitely get a lot of support from the fans. His three is similar to some people's dunk. You go to certain arenas and a guy get a dunk and it's just absurd. That's how his three ball is. But definitely a lot of support. The fans were great tonight. I think he had a great quarter there in that third quarter, but I don't mean to disappoint, but I've seen crazier from him. But it was good to see.
Draymond, Joe Musso, CBS Sacramento. 16 straight at home now. Is that a streak that you guys are aware of? Is that something that you guys think about before the game? And not just for Steph, but for the entire team. What are you able to do in this building that might be harder elsewhere?
Oh, well, I don't, that's honestly the first time I've heard that. So it's not something that we talk about because each game, it takes on a life of its own. You can't go into a game like, yeah, man, we won 16 straight or 15, whatever it was. We're good. You got to come out, with a great focus level, with a great intensity level, and then your crowd's allowed to get in, and then they can help you. And I think our crowd did a great job of that. But not something that we really speak of. Each game, you got to approach it a little differently. And what was your second question?
Just what can you guys accomplish in this building that might be harder elsewhere?
I mean, I think we've been pretty good everywhere we've played. Nonetheless, everything's always better at home. Your fans get into it. Still nothing better than quiet in the opposing crowd. But everything's a little better at home for sure.
2 more questions for Draymond.
Draymond, Mark Schwartz, ESPN. When you watch Steph, who was sort of the focus of all the coverage all week about his shots broken, he can't hit a 3, is he healthy? And then he comes out and he does to James Harden and Chris Paul what they were doing to him the last 2 games, just abusing them. What do you say about his mental and his physical toughness?
Very mentally tough. I think that's what makes him more than anything. His physical toughness is definitely underrated. He's one of the most competitive people I've ever been around. But his mental toughness, you can't be that great of a scorer, great of a shooter without mental toughness, because you're always going to face obstacles when it comes to shooting. He's always the next shot mentality. That was big tonight. I think he started off 1 for 6 or 1 for 7 from 3, and then he was able to get it going. So, kudos to him. That's something that's kind of been the key to his career, is mental toughness. He didn't come in with everyone saying Steph Curry would be who he is today. Everybody questioned who he'd be. So that's one of his strengths for sure.